Hi, I am Clements, and welcome to the Zoom Couch. We've been playing Jackbox games with some friends over Zoom, and I realized my studio space would be the perfect place to do that from, except there's no real good place to sit, especially for two people. So I picked up a little inflatable couch, and it's been working really well. Now my setup is a little ridiculous. I'm using my Surface laptop to connect to the Zoom call, but I'm using my Canon 5D as the webcam, and I'm using an old cell phone as the microphone, and that's connected to the Surface via USB, and I'm using an app called Whoa Audio, and it basically just turns the cell phone into a USB microphone. And I found that a cell phone has pretty much the best microphone for like capturing room sound, so we can be pretty far away from it and it still does a really good job of catching the sound and then amplifying it at a decent volume for everybody. I went through a whole bunch of different microphones until I realized that a cell phone really does the best job for this kind of application, where the microphone can be pretty far away and still have pretty good pickup. And I have a decent sized TV so we can see the game screen and have a decent sized frame for everybody in the call. And when I'm hosting the game, I actually log in with a second account down on my other computer since it's more powerful, and then I run the games off there, and then I can actually control it through here, which is one nice feature that Zoom has where it lets you control someone else's screen. So I can control the game screen from a computer downstairs on my laptop up here, and that works really well. Really the only gripe I have about Zoom is I wish it would give you individual volume controls. At the very least, I wish it would let you control the volume of the game screen, because then that way people could set the game volume to their own level instead of just kind of having to set it at something that works okay for everybody. It'd be nice if you could just have volume controls for everybody, so if someone's too quiet on your end, you can just bump them up. I don't feel like that'd be that difficult, and I really think individual volume controls would be a really amazing feature for Zoom to implement, but what are you gonna do? And one other note on volume and audio, since I'm sharing the game from a separate computer and I'm not using that as a video input, so it's just blank, instead of using like the share computer audio setting checkbox thing when you share a screen on Zoom, I'm actually just rerouting the sound back into the computer and then having that as that Zoom call's audio. And that actually seems to work better, especially if someone's on a phone. When they hide the game screen, they can still hear the game audio because it's playing the audio as if it's someone talking, and that seems to work a lot better. So kind of using two Zoom accounts to share a game screen like that, it seems to be the better way to go. So if you have two computers, especially if one's more powerful for gaming, especially if you want to be in a different place from where that computer is, it works a lot better. So yeah, I've really nailed down how to do all this Zoom stuff, so it's just a new skill I have. In other news, as I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail, we pulled off all the siding over the weekend, and then we actually started wrapping it in Tyvek, so we'll have a nice weather barrier when we put on the new siding. We're gonna actually have a contractor come in and do that, thankfully, but we're saving a bit of money, pulling it off by ourselves, and my dad and my uncle are a real big help on doing that, so I really appreciate that. I got a flagpole. I'm a flagpole guy now. I also got rid of my back deck over the weekend. Again, because we got a new roof, that means the deck had to go. Because the new siding, because the deck's right up against the house, and we'd either have to put the siding around the deck or just get rid of the deck so we can put the siding on properly. And so we got rid of the deck. And I actually kind of like it. I like how open it is in that area now, so I might not replace it. Probably just some steps going up to the door, obviously, because it's a big step, but maybe like a big patio area, just kind of flat. But I kind of like the deck gone, actually, which is surprising. But at least demolishing is a lot easier than building most of the time. So, in the world of used to makes, I've actually been working on collecting all of the old clips and stuff, a lot of the clips that I throw in for my intro video, and I'm getting them like upscaled and prepared to be presented in some way. I pretty much got my old NPS Films website done, it's really just ready for content. So I kind of want to get your opinion on something. Do you think it'd be better to kind of like drip feed it? Because I've actually started uploading some of them to YouTube just to see what'll happen, and they're not really getting claimed. So I think I could actually archive a lot of those on YouTube as well, which is kind of cool. So I could just kind of release that channel and just kind of drip feed them in one every few days. And again, this stuff is just old stuff. Most of it's really not worth anyone's time. It's just kind of stuff I want to get out there for prosperity's sake. But some of it's fun and really cringy and whatnot. But for anyone who's interested, do you think you want to just kind of be drip fed that, or would you just like it all dumped as one big collection? So if you give me your thoughts on which way you think would be better, that'd be really helpful. And then also, on the same vein of old content, my friend Brian has been releasing a lot of old music tracks that he used to do, a few of them from our band that I played drums on. He's been releasing those on his YouTube channel. He's also been messing around with like making some little animations in Microsoft Movie Maker 3D. It's a really old program, but apparently has a pretty big following, and he recently posted a Rick and Morty animation that he made. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you want to go over and check out a bunch of old songs that he used to make, we used to make in the day, and see some of his animations that he's been doing, that'd be really cool. His cat's been pretty sick lately, so kind of sending some positive stuff his way would be really nice. So I'll put a link to his channel in the description, and then I'll throw a link in the end card. But yeah, that'd be cool too. If you want to just more old stuff, just stuff that we used to do in our high school days, in our 20s. It's cool. There's some good pictures that he's using as thumbnails and stuff. Just a lot of really good old memories. Just neat stuff. So anyway, that's just a bunch of me talking for today, because it was a pretty busy weekend. Quite a bit of hard work, but pretty productive as well, which is always good. Well, my sincere thank you for watching. Once again, I am Nick Clements, if you're wondering. Nick is short for Nicholas, and the D stands for Deflate. Anyway, I'm off to make something else.